Hi, my dear students. I'm Yoshino sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. So, I have continuing the third standard science, the first chapter, that is part 2. In the first chapter, what are the characteristics of living things and what are the living things and non-living things? I have explained. Once again, I will repeat living things which have life. Living things are the things which have life. They are called as living things. And non-living things are the things which don't have life. They are called as non-living things. Examples also you know very well. Living things are plants, animals, insects, all those things are called as living things. Non-living things are bench, chair, mobile, laptops, TVs, they are all called as non-living things. And also we have discussed about the man-made non-living things and natural non-living things also. What are the man-made non-living things? That books, computers, mobiles, chair, bench, they are all man-made non-living things. And natural non-living things are earth, sun, moon, stars, comets, they are all called as natural non-living things. And features of living and non-living things also we have discussed. Features of living and non-living things. First one, the first feature is living things breathe. Living things breathe and non-living things cannot breathe. Second point is living things have life cycle. Living things have life cycle. Non-living things don't have any life cycle. Next, living things feel. I explained how they feel through the sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, skin, and tongue. I have explained what are the functions of these sense organs also. By eyes, we will see. By the nose, we will smell. By the ears, we can hear the sound. From the eyes, we can see. From the skin, we can feel. From the tongue, we can taste. So these are the five sense organs of the living organisms. Five sense organs of the living organisms. And animals and birds also, these sense organs, and they will move from one place to another place at the time of during the climatic condition. I have explained this also. So next, when you go to the next, living things require food. Living things require food. I hope this also explained by me that for their growth, for their growth, they need food. For their growth, they need food. Next, living things require food. Food is essential for all the living things. Food is essential for all the living things for their growth. For their growth. Human beings need required, that means we are all depend on the plants for our food. Human beings as well as animals and all the creatures that are on the earth depend on the plants in one or other way for their food. That means they need food also. They need food also. Till still here I have explained in the page number 8. I hope you understand very well. So this photosynthesis also I have given. Okay, in deep we will go for the photosynthesis in this class also. Next we will go the next characteristic, living things show movement. Living things show movement. I will read the lesson, just you see the textbook. Human beings and animals move from one place to another in search of food, water, and shelter. They also show movement to protect themselves from enemies. Birds fly, fish swim, snakes crawl, and frogs jump. Plants also show movement. Climbers move along the walls while creepers spread along the ground. Sunflower bends towards the sun. The stem of a plant grows upwards and its root grow under the soil. Non-living things like chair and table cannot move on their own. Cannot move on their own. That means living things show movement. That means we are walking from one place to another place. Is it you are walking from one place to another place in search of food or anything to come to the school? Okay, to go from one place to another place by traveling. Yes, that means you are living thing. So you have movement. That means living things move one place to another place. in search of, for what purpose? Water, food and shelter. For the purpose of food and shelter. For what purpose? Food, water and shelter. Living things show movement for the purpose of food, water and shelter because they need this. For what purpose? To grow. To grow as well as for the survival, they need shelter also. For this reason, they are moving from one place to another place. Okay, plants also show movement. That means, sir, plants also living things. Then how they can't move from one place to another place? Then how we will show the movement? Then how they show the movement? They show the movement by the growing. By the growing, that means the climbers move along the walls. Climbers move along the walls. You have seen the money plant. How it will grow? Grow upwards. Not only money plants, all the plants grow upwards. While creepers spread along the ground. Creepers like cucumber, everything spread along the ground. Okay. Sunflower bends towards the sun. Sunflower flower. Have you seen the sunflower flower? So it looks turns towards the sun. Turns towards the sun. When the sun rises, it is like to the east. When the sun sets, it turns to the west. Okay. That means it is showing the movement. The stem of a plant grows upwards and its root grow under the soil. The stem above the soil, what we call above the soil, we call it as stem. It grows upwards, and the root system, it will grow below the soil. Below the soil, this is shoot system or stem. This is root. This is root. Okay. That means plants also show the movement. Plants also show the movement. Non-living things like chair and table cannot move on their own. Non-living things like whatever you kept in your home, bureau or what you call it as Godrej bureau or anything, chair or anything. If they want to move, no, they can't move their own. We have to shift them. With the help of others only, they will shift from one place to another place. Here they are given the figures: fish swimming in water, climber growing with supports. Climber growing with supports. That means the living things move from one place to another place. That means living things show movement. Living things show movement. Next, living things reproduce. Living things reproduce. Living things have life cycles. Living things have life cycles. So reproduction is an important part of their life. So reproduction is an important part of their life. All living things are capable of reproducing their own kind. Human beings and animals like a cat, dog, cow and lion give birth to their young ones. Birds, fishes, snakes lay eggs and the young ones hatch out the eggs. Here they are given living things have life cycles. Living things have life cycles. That means they are starting from very small to younger one, then to the older, then they have death. That is called as life cycle. What we call it as life cycle. Cycle means one round. Cycle means one round. The circle of the life is called as life cycle. That means we are starting from small baby. We are starting from small baby and growing, and end we will die. That is called as life cycle. So reproduction is an important part of their life. That means they produce their same kind. They produce their same kind. All things are capable of reproducing their own kind. That means they produce their own kind. That means man produces the man, hen produces the hens, sheep produces the lamb, like that. They produce their own kind. Human beings and animals like a cat, dog, cow and lion give birth to their young ones. They give birth to their young ones. Birds, fishes, snakes, what they will do? They lay eggs. They lay eggs for their reproduction purpose. They lay eggs and they hatch, and the young ones will come out from the eggs. And the young ones hatch out the eggs. Most of the new plants arise from the seeds produced by an adult plant. Plants also reproduce by the seeds, by the seeds of that plant, by the seeds of that plant, not only from the seeds, by the stems, from the stems, from the roots, they will reproduce their own kind. They reproduce their own kind. So living things reproduce. Okay, have you seen a book giving birth to another book? No, that is because non-living things do not reproduce. That means anything. A chair, give birth to another chair? No. Table? No. Books? No. Mobile? No. Then, so they, non-living things, they don't have this character, that is, do not reproduce. Do not reproduce. This is because non-living things do not reproduce. Living things only reproduce. They have given the life cycle of a hen. Life cycle of a hen here. First from the egg to the chick, then to the hen. Okay, that means this is continuously rotating. So this is called as reproduction. This is called as reproduction here. Sheep give birth to lamb. Sheep give birth to lamb. I hope you understand. Living things reproduce. Okay, this is about the characteristics of the living things. So once again I will give a very small explanation. Living things breathe. They take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Plants, they will respire through the stomata. They will respire through the stomata. And living things have life cycle. That means from smaller one to bigger one they will grow, and in the end they will die. Living things feel. I explained about the sense organs, and living things require food. Living things require food. They need food for their growth. And today I have explained living things show movement for the purpose of food, water and shelter. For the purpose of food, water and shelter, they move from one place to another place. Next, living things reproduce. That is, plants reproduce by the seeds, and fishes, snakes, birds reproduce by the eggs, and the other animals reproduced by giving birth to their young ones. Giving birth to their young ones. Here they are given the photosynthesis. Here in the page number 8, they have given the photosynthesis. What is the photosynthesis? What is the meaning of photosynthesis? Here, the word photosynthesis means preparation of food. The process in which the plants prepare their own food. It is called as photosynthesis. Here they use the sunlight, minerals, water and the chlorophyll that present in the leaves. Is by using these items they prepare their own food, that is called as photosynthesis. See in the figure they have given chlorophyll, water, glucose and oxygen is produced, carbon dioxide is inside and taking the inside sunlight. Which are the ingredients required? That means they have pointed the arrow towards this leaf. Towards this leaf, water, chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide. So these are the ingredients needed by the leaf to prepare their own food. To prepare their own food, that is in the at the time of day. In the daytime, they at the presence of sunlight. Photo means light. Photo means light. Synthesis means putting together. Synthesis means putting together which one? Chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide and all the minerals. Putting together, they prepare the food. Which prepare the food? Leaves. Who prepare the food? Leaves prepare the food. Leaves prepare the food. So this is called as photosynthesis. At the time, what is released? Glucose and oxygen. Glucose and oxygen is released. Glucose is used as the food and this oxygen is used for our breathing purpose. Oxygen is used for our breathing purpose. So this is called as photosynthesis. What is the meaning of photosynthesis? Preparation of food in the plants. Preparation of food in the plants is called as photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis means putting together. In the next classes, you will go through this word very well. How they will prepare, what are the ingredients, everything. How they will get all the things? Water, how they will get? By the roots. By the roots, how it is supplied to the leaves, and how the food supplied in the leaves is supplied to other parts of the plant. Everything you go in brief in the next future classes. Okay, just you now heard this photosynthesis. So I have explained what is photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means putting together. Okay, next, living things show movement. Living things show movement. I explained for the purpose of food and water and shelter, they move from one place to another place. Next, living things reproduce for the purpose of what purpose? To do not end the life, they reproduce themselves. They reproduce the same kind. They reproduce the same kind. So that is called as reproduce. So non-living things cannot reproduce. In the page number 10, turn to the page number 10, open the page number 10. Here they are given the differences between living things and non-living things in the table form. In the table form, I have written on the board. Same thing I have written on the board. Just you look at the board or in the book itself, you look it. Okay, look at the book. I will read one by one. Living things and non-living things. Living things and non-living things. Living things, they can breathe. Non-living things, they cannot breathe. Here in this chapter, I am explaining only about this, the differences between living and non-living things. I think why sir is telling so many times this one, because this is very, very important basic class. So I am explaining 1 or 5 times or 10 times. So you just better understand very well. Okay. They can breathe, they cannot breathe. Here they require food to grow, they do not require food. Non-living things do not require food. They have life cycle, that means from smaller to bigger, they don't have life cycle. Here they show movement, they cannot movement. They show movement for the purpose of food and shelter and to protect themselves. And to protect themselves also they show movement. For example, a dog is there. When you go for biting it, what it will do? It will run. That means to protect themselves also, they move from one place to another place. Birds, especially birds, they fly. When you go and catch it, what it will do? It will fly from one place to another place to protect themselves. If anything come for eating it, just what it will do? It will escape. Otherwise, if they don't have the movement, they will die. They will catch it by the other animals easily. Okay, they show movement to protect themselves. To protect themselves, they cannot move. They cannot move. They can feel. They can feel by using 5 sense organs, which are they? Ears, nose, eyes, tongue, skin. Okay, these are the 5 sense organs. Here, non-living things cannot feel. Non-living things cannot feel. They can reproduce. Which reproduce? Living things. Non-living things, they cannot reproduce. Non-living things cannot reproduce. I hope you understand this table very well. Okay. Now, a fact file is given. An elephant's trunk serves as its nose, mouth, arm, all in one. See, an elephant. Elephant don't have a nose separate, mouth separate, arm separate. Everything all in one. Everyone is all in one. That is nose, mouth, and arm. The trunk acts like the nose, mouth, as well as arm, all in one. There are some plants which do not grow from seeds. Example, potato, rose, etc. Potato grows from potato itself. When you cut the potato, that eyes are present. In that, when you sow it, the new plant will grow. That rose, by cutting the stem and planting it, you will get the new plant. That means from the seeds, from the other parts of the plant also, we will get the new plants. Okay. Here, let us summarize they given. Once again, I will read. Same thing will they have repeating. Also, we will read it. Let us summarize. Look at the textbook. Things that have life are called living things. Things that are lifeless are called non-living things. Here they are given the first difference. Living things have life, non-living things have no life. Living things breathe, move, grow, feel, reproduce, and need food. All the 5 points they have given in the one line. Living things breathe. Living things move. Living things have life. That means grow, feel, reproduce, need food. All the 5 points they have, 6 points they have given here. Non-living things such as house, chair, and phone made by man are called man-made things. Man-made things. That is man-made non-living things. All the living things produced by nature are called natural things. All the living things produced by the nature. We have not created anything. What are the things which are produced by the nature are called as living things, natural living things. Non-living things cannot breathe. What are the characteristics of the non-living things? They cannot breathe, they cannot move, they cannot grow, they cannot feel or reproduce, they don't need food also. Is your chair is asking any food? Is the table is asking any food? No, they don't need food also. They don't need food also. Page number 11. Turn to the page number 11. I hope you understand very well what are the characteristics of the living things and what are the characteristics of the non-living things and the differences. This chapter, this much only living things and non-living things about. So they have given in brief and very explainedly they have given. So I have explaining one or not only 1 or 2 times. I have explained. I hope I have explained more than 5 times. I explained more than 5 times. Here they given some exercise. Some exploring. That means we will have to do it. Just see this. Take 3 glass jars. Put a stone in the first one, a frog in the second one, and some seedlings of plant in the third one. Observe the difference between these 3. Note down the conclusion. Movement. The stone. Is there any movement to stone? No, it cannot move. Frog. Yes, it has movement. The plant. Yes, it has a movement. Growth. The stone cannot grow. Frog grow. The plant grow. If you observe for some days. If you observe for some days. Need food. The stone. No, it is not needed by the food. So the frog, yes, otherwise it will die. The plant, yes, it needs water, minerals, soil, everything. Otherwise it will also die. Conclusion, the stone is a non-living thing. The frog is a living thing. The plant is also a living thing. You have to write in this one. Okay, I will give in the assignment part or I will type it and I will send through some media to you for your writing purpose. I hope you understand very well what are the living and non-living things. I will show some videos also about this living and non-living things in this class only. So you will get clear picture. So while playing the video, please don't go from the class. Don't move from the class. Just you see, because the movement, the films are which are based for this are very, very good. They are giving more information for you. They are giving more information for you about this living and non-living things. So please just watch that. So I hope you understand very well. Okay. Take care. Thank you. In the next class, I will send the assignment for you. In this class, in this week only, I will send the assignment for you. You have to practice them, and I better just read the lesson very well. Read the lesson and the important terms that given in the first page. In the lesson, first page of the lesson, they have given some important words. Breathe in, what is breathe out, what is hatch out, what is lifeless, what is migration, what is photosynthesis. I will explain them. Okay, breathe in. What is the meaning of breathe in? To take air in to our lungs through nose or mouth. So breathe in means what is we are breathing in, that is taking the air inside, taking the air inside through nose or mouth, through the nose or mouth. It is good for breathing always through the nose, not through the mouth, because we are washing the mouth in the morning, but when you breathe through the nose, through the mouth in the evening, it gets some harmful bacteria or some viruses to the lungs. So breathe always through the nose, because it filters the air here only. Okay, when a dust is there, it filters here only. So breathe in through the nose. Next, breathe out. To give out air from lungs through nose or mouth. That means What we have taken? The air that filters by that oxygen is filtered by the lungs, and the waste, that is carbon dioxide and everything, we are throwing out, that is breathe out. Next, hatch out to come out, that means eggs. What they will do? The young ones will come out from the eggs. Lifeless, without life. Migration, movement from one area and settlement in another. That means from one place to another place we are moving. That is called as migration. That is called as migration. That is for the purpose of food and water and shelter. They are moving from one place to another place. Birds, animals, they are moving. Even man also. If they don't get work here, they will move from one place to another place. So this migration is also they have given, that means movement from one area and settlement in another place. Photosynthesis, the process through which green plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide and water to produce their own food in the leaves. The process through which green plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide and water to produce their own food. So this is about this lesson. I hope you understand very well. Read the lesson very well. If you want, if you have any doubt in the words, please underline. Please underline and ask the questions if you have any doubt. I hope you understand very well. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.